City News on TV Rotorua is proudly brought to you by Rotorua Central.
Tēnā koutou katoa tonight on City News. Registrations are open for Christmas Day community lunch. Cameras, iPads and 3D printers are up for grabs in the museum's My World War I Hero Research Competition, and the Woomera Aussie Rules National Indigenous Women's Youth side has been in town checking out the sites and training for their exhibition match. A community Christmas Day lunch is being held this year at the Sir Howard Morrison Performing Arts Centre, organised by a group of local churches. The lunch will cater for up to 400 people free of charge. Christmas Day Community Lunch Chairperson Dave Moore says the Rotorua Association of Christian Churches hopes to make Christmas Day very special for those who may be alone or struggling.
Well, actually it starts the day before with all the preparation for it, and we have about 50 volunteers that come in that'll prepare the food and the tables here at the Sir Howard Morrison Event Centre, and this is where the event's going to be held. And so prepare on the day before, Christmas Eve, and then on Christmas Day, doors open 11:30, and we're catering for up to 400 people to come in and have a great meal in a great family atmosphere and celebrate Christmas together.
To register for the Christmas Day Community Lunch, contact St John's Church, the Citizens Advice Bureau or the Sir Howard Morrison Performing Arts Centre. Revenue Minister and Rotorua MP Todd McLay has introduced a bill to Parliament to make it easier for first-time home buyers to own a home. Mr McLay says the KiwiSaver Home Start and Remedial Matters Bill will complement the new Home Start scheme and give Rotorua families a better chance of owning their own home. He says his bill allows KiwiSavers to withdraw the annual member tax credit paid by the government, as well as the contributions they make and those made by their employers, and means savers can take out an extra $521 each year for every year they've been in KiwiSaver. And Mr McLay says the first reading of the bill last Thursday night is great news for Rotorua first home buyers, as every dollar helps when you're trying to get on the property ladder. As part of the 100-year commemorations of World War I, Rotorua students are being given the opportunity to win some great prizes by researching someone who served in the Great War. Cameras, iPads and 3D printers generously donated by the Ngāti Whakauwe Education Endowment Trust will be up for grabs for winning students and their schools. Rotorua Museum's My World War I Hero Research Competition is open to all local students who are in Year 7 or Year 8 next year. To enter the competition, students will research and present a written account or short film in English or Te Reo Māori about someone who served in World War I.
Well, we've had an education program here at Rotorua Museum all about World War I for the last few months here. We've had lots of local schools come in to take part in that education program, and what became quite obvious to us was that there was very little knowledge by our local students in terms of what World War I was, how it happened and what it might have been like for our young men here from Rotorua. Also, that information came through from the adults that were accompanying them. Many were confused with World War II. Also, the fact that it's the centenary this year of the start of the war all meant that it was a perfect opportunity to actually start a conversation about a competition for our local students.
In sport tonight, the Woomera Aussie Rules National Indigenous Women's Youth side has been in town, checking out the sites and training for their exhibition match being played in Auckland on Thursday. They're in New Zealand on a cultural exchange tour funded by the Australian government. Team manager Amelia Hill says the team is made up of young Indigenous women from all over Australia.
The Woomeras came about. They're a national youth Indigenous female side from Australia. They're from all around Australia, so from the top end, from Melbourne, from Perth, from Sydney, they're from all around. And so we've come here for a cultural exchange tour and then to play 2 games later in the week against the New Zealand Kahu's.
So what have you been doing here thus far?
So we landed into Auckland on Saturday and drove straight out here to Rotorua. Yesterday we went to a Te Puia guided tour where the girls did some weaving and learnt some new skills out there. there and saw how they did the carving. And then we also went to the Mitai Maori village last night for dinner, which was an amazing cultural performance and awesome dinner out there last night. The girls really loved it.
To your weather update now. Tonight, occasional drizzle, northerly breezes, overnight a low of 15. Tomorrow Wednesday, mostly cloudy, rain developing at night, northwesterlies, a high of 21 and low of 15. Looking out to Thursday, rain easing to few showers, northwest becoming light, a high of 21 and low of 14. Marine forecast for Lake Rotorua for Wednesday, northwest 15 knots, mostly cloudy, poor visibility and rain developing at night. Still to come tonight on City News, we meet the Age Concern Visiting Services Coordinator. We catch up with smoke-free RockQuest Pacifica Beats finalists, Open Arms, and we get opinion from the street on the council's name change to Rotorua Lakes Council.
City News is here at Age Concerned Rotorua, speaking with Joanne Bryant, Service Coordinator, about what's important to know with our elderly over this Christmas period. Thank you so much for having us, Joanne.
Thank you.
So can you please background your role for us, and what is it that you do?
Okay, well, I'm the Accredited Visiting Services Coordinator for Age Concern Rotorua. It's a role I've been in place for just over a year, and what that entails is recruiting volunteers who I then train. I police check and train, and then I get referrals from services in town, NASC, hospitals, doctors, or people come to me themselves when they're lonely. And then what I do is I match a volunteer with the lonely person, and the volunteer visits that person for an hour every week. Or phones, depends on the client's need, basically.
Okay.
So it's trying to eliminate some of the loneliness that our older people feel.
So it's a plus for both. It's a plus for the volunteer.
Definitely.
And it's a plus for your client as well. And so what are some of the feedbacks and some of the success stories from that?
Volunteers certainly get a lot from the service as well as the clients. The volunteers, they develop friendships with some of the clients. That doesn't always happen, of course, but when we do the right match, we generally tend to get people who've got things in common, and so they develop those friendships. They get a feeling of being able to help in the community, of feeling worthwhile. It also helps some of our volunteers in that they then, after 6 months of regular visiting, they become accredited. So they can use that as a skill on their CVs if they're looking for jobs in the future, and especially in caring services. And of course the clients get that feeling of having somebody come regularly just for a chat. Sometimes clients have people who come who are care workers, and so they're busy showering the person, giving them medication, checking on food. My volunteers don't do any of that. My volunteers' role is to go and have a cup of coffee and a chat, maybe take them for an outing, just be a friend.
Well, that's a brilliant service. And how long has the service been in place for?
Well, just over a year we've started it, but I mean, obviously as you get more clients and more volunteers, the service is growing. Currently I have about 40 people that our volunteers visit. There are a lot of old people out there though, in the, with our estimates, there's probably about 180 to 200 people who are aged over 80, 85, in Rotorua who need that service. Slowly they're learning about it, and slowly we're getting to match them with people.
Nice.
But it all takes time, and you need to take time because you want to make sure you get the right match and you get the right volunteers. I mean, anybody can volunteer. As I say, we recruit and we police check and train, so we make sure that we get the right people for this. They're safe.
Well done, and yeah, congratulations, because it sounds like it's a hit. Are you calling for more volunteers?
We're always calling for more volunteers because you can have volunteers sitting on your books for a little while. You might not necessarily match them with a person straight away because you've got to get the right match. So yeah, we're always looking for volunteers.
And they contact you here at Age Concern?
At Age Concern, that's right. We're in 1333 Rotorua Street. beside the Rotorua Street Medical Centre. Or they can phone us, 347 1539. Yeah, we're always looking for volunteers.
Okay, now let's talk about, it's the season to be jolly, and there are a lot of us in the community, and it's not just the elderly. It could be people that come to Rotorua to work, it could be those that are here without family. Let's talk about how that would work in conjunction with your program.
Well, obviously, my volunteers, part of their role is going to be to make sure that the person that they're visiting, the client, that they are careful over Christmas. You know, often neighbours are going away, so the older person might not have anybody around that they can talk to. Just making sure that they've got things like medical alarms quite often is important, that they've got people they can contact and phone if something goes a bit wrong, and that they're feeling safe. That's really important, and that they know all those basic safety rules that we all know when we're in our community.
Now it must be quite hard though for the elderly who, if they don't have anyone to spend time with, that Christmas is quite
very lonely, very lonely. Yeah.
And that's where a program like this would help to enhance.
It does. I mean, our volunteers, obviously, a lot of them are going on holiday as well, so it doesn't always work. But generally the plan is that during that period that, you know, they're making some contact so that people are feeling less lonely. Yes.
Nice. All right, so what else have you got coming up? Let's talk about coffee morning.
Okay, yes, we do that. Every third Thursday of the month we have a coffee morning starting in February next year. And that's at Parkside at 10 o'clock in the morning, and we have a guest speaker, and volunteers come to that as well as some of our older community, and they learn about we have speakers ranging, like, you know, the recent speakers, Neighbourhood Watch, the fire service, so they're talking about how to be safe in the community. Or we might have somebody from Stroke Foundation talking about things to look for, St John's. I'm not sure who we've got coming up in February, but yeah, we've got some interesting speakers happening. And volunteers come to that and get some training, as well as the clients who come along and just have a chance to interact with other people.
Well, thank you so very much. There you have it, Rotorua community. If you'd like to help out with age concern, contact Joanna Bryant down here, the service coordinator, so that she can put you in touch with and match you correctly to someone who might be in need. Just got with us today Open Arms, who are the Rotorua Boys High School band, just letting us know how they did in Pacifica Beats. Hey guys, how's it going?
Good, pretty good.
Pretty good. Now we saw you, we caught up with you before Pacifica Beats to see how you were feeling and how you were getting ready in preparation for the competition. So how did you go?
So our band came second, and our song that Tawhiri wrote, Addiction, got a Best Songwriters Award. So
wow, that's fantastic. Best Songwriters Award. And so where to from here?
Oh, we've been gigging around a bit, and well, tomorrow we leave to go to Auckland and record our Addiction song, thanks to Pacifica Beats and their all of their sponsors, I think. Yeah.
And how was it? What was it like down there on the day?
It was pretty exciting, eh? Yeah. There's like good atmosphere there. Yeah, all the boys are pretty good.
Were there some good bands?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Amazing bands.
Amazing. Yeah. And so how many bands were down there on the day?
I don't know the exact number, but there was quite a bit, and they were all really good. So for me, it was quite nerve-wracking seeing that. Because coming from Rotorua, to be honest, we slaughtered the competition here. Going up there, we're all the same sort of skill level. So yeah, it was a good.
Yeah, so it was a nice challenge to, have a sing-off or against people of your same league.
Yeah. Exactly, yep.
Anything to add?
Oh no.
We only lost by half a point. So
true.
Yeah.
Half a point we lost. Yeah.
It's pretty gutting.
So you're only this close to getting first place?
Yeah. Well, we're happy with the outcome.
Yeah.
Really happy.
Yep. Happy with the outcome. It's Murphy's Law that the second place getters always make it further in life.
Well, that's the hope, isn't it?
Right. Well, thank you so much for your song, and best of luck for the future.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
See, I always get a rush, and I don't tell you this enough, but you're the one who makes me happy. You're my future, don't deny it. Amount of time I picked to write it, but I guess what I'm trying to say is you're so special to me. I want the world to see. You're so special to me. I want the world to see. So special, special.
In the last week, our council have had a name change from the Rotorua District Council to the Rotorua Lakes Council. What do you think about the change?
I think we're going to be amalgamated with Taupō.
Really? Why do you think that?
There are super cities being made all over the country.
And do you feel that the name change is one of the steps closer to becoming amalgamated?
Yes.
What do you think of the name itself?
Well, it's just lakes, isn't it? All over the place.
Well, it sounds more the same.
Sounds the same?
Yeah.
All right.
It doesn't really make much difference, I don't think, because we're known as the Lakes District, so yeah.
I'm not really fussed, to tell you the truth. Yeah, it still comes off the tongue easy, so.
Yeah, absolutely.
No.
You didn't know about that?
No, that's dumb. They don't name the lakes anymore.
Oh. That's a good point.
Yeah, so why didn't just they leave it at Rotorua, District Council?
Not sure. Okay.
Who thought of that?
I believe it must have been a council decision to change that.
Dumb.
I'm not sure about that one, but you go for it. If change the name to the Rotorua Lakes Council because it's protecting our lakes.
I think it sounds alright.
Did you know that it was changed?
Oh, I just saw it in the paper, so yeah, kinda. Yeah.
Right, and so you think it's okay? You're not really here or there about it?
Yeah, I don't really mind anyway.
I think it should go back to the same name because we know we're in the lakes area in that time, and I go with Charles Third. We shouldn't have changed it at all because you've got to change all your stationery, vans, etc. from that time. So I'd say no to that.
You'd say no to that. Change it back.
Yeah, change it back to what it's been like that for years in that time. So I don't think we need rebranding. We know Rotorua and it's worldwide. So so that's my point of view anyway.
I can think of better things to spend 10 grand on. When I read that, I thought, are you serious?
Oh, okay.
Get rid of it.
Get rid of it.
Well, it sounds all right, Lakes Council. Well, yeah, considering the amount of lakes that are around, it sounds nice.
So you agree with the change?
I sort of hummed and hawed about it now that you're putting it in that way, I think. Yeah, why not? Everything else seems to want to change, so if we give the council a nice name rather than just the council, well,
Yeah.
give
So Rotorua,
some-
yeah. So it's a nicer name change.
I think so.
I think it's pretty good. We are lakes in Rotorua. Yeah, I agree.
You agree with the name
Yes.
change? Why is that?
Why is that? Because it makes the wider community involved. Yeah.
And do you think that the name change is long and is well deserved, and it's about time we had a name change?
I hadn't really thought about it, sorry. But I'm glad it's happening. It sounds good.
They shouldn't have changed it. Why the Rotorua Lakes Council?
It may be that they felt it was a better name. What do you think?
No. What's lakes got to do with the council?
I don't think it should be changed, just the same. We're not just lakes, we're everything.
Well, that's a really good point. What else do you think it could have been?
I just think it should be the same. Personally, I just think it should be the same.
So you don't agree with the name change?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's interesting, it's going to cost a lot of money, but I mean, it is a good idea in some ways. Money aside, a lot of people just don't realise what district means, and so lakes does give it a geographic boundary, and so that does reflect the district. I mean, but it does miss out. I mean, Mamaku's not next to a lake, and we've got geothermal and everything else going on, so not quite there yet, but it's a good move.
Okay. What does district mean?
I don't think it's necessary. I don't think at all.
Yeah.
No.
Why is that?
Oh, I don't know. What's wrong with it as it is?
That's a good point,
I think it should be. Just stay as it is.
So you think it should just stay?
Just stay, yeah.
Well, having been a resident for 10 years, I really don't mind about nomenclature. I'm more concerned with what actually happens. So change a name to whatever you want. Get rid of the chipped gravel road on my neighborhood in Linmore, and I'll be pleased with whatever you call it.
Sure. So sticking with the name or having a new one, it doesn't...
I think it's more about what government executes, not about what they call themselves. Seems like a little bit of political maneuvering. Let's just get the job done. Let's get this city back to what it was when I first moved here.
I think Rotorua Lakes is quite nice because it actually, until I came here, didn't actually know you had a big lake here, and it's gorgeous, so kind of maybe promotes what you have here, I'm not sure.
I don't agree with names being changed. I think it's just silly.
Oh, okay.
Well, for older people, when they did Taranaki, they changed the mountain Taranaki, Egmont to Taranaki. I still call it Egmont, so...
So you think they should have just left it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I reckon they should have left it as Rotorua, because, Rotorua represent, eh?
Yeah. It still has Rotorua in the title. It's Rotorua Lakes Council now.
But that district just makes it.
But we're a district, not like a lake. Or well, we are a lake, but district sounds better.
Yeah, capital D just puts it out there.
Yep, district sounds better.
Yeah, it actually does.
Doesn't worry me at all, tell you honest truth. I think the new name goes with what they're doing around the city, etc. Yeah.
So you think it's about time we had a change?
I think it is, yes. Yeah, definitely.
Bit of revitalisation, maybe?
Yeah. As long as it doesn't cost too much of the ratepayers' money, I guess.
Some local opinion there on the council's name change to Rotorua Lakes Council. If you have an opinion or a news story, call the station on 0734 88984 or email news@tvrotorua.co.nz. Thanks for watching tonight. From all the team here at City News, for Marie.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.
City News on TV Rotorua was proudly brought to you by Rotorua Central.